He was like on holiday for a whole month. How cool was that, eh?
It was amazing.
Sheesh, welcome back and happy
Thank you.
2013.
To you too.
But your garden, our rooftop garden, still looks beautiful, man.
Yeah, looking abundant, quite wild. I like
It's
it.
stunning, it's stunning. But this morning we're going to be talking about growing herbs, which I think is a great addition to any garden because there's just so many uses in the kitchen, you know, very instant, dried, fresh, that kind of vibes. But this morning we're talking about a specific one, right?
Yes.
Marjoram.
Marjoram.
Marjoram, there we go, I've got it.
People, marjoram and oregano are very, very similar. So whatever we're talking about related to marjoram, you can apply the same thing to oregano. They're actually very close cousins and people get them confused all the time.
So what makes it such a great kind of herb to grow?
Well, it's perennial, which means that it grows throughout the year and for years. It's a stock standard in any herb garden. Obviously, pizzas, pastas, salads, even sandwiches. It's just got a great flavor, and it's really easy to grow.
All right, so you talk about easy to grow. Let's start at the basics. The soil. Your soil needs to be good. So how do you go about preparing that properly?
One of the main considerations is that the soil needs to be well draining. Most soils are slightly on the sandier side. They'll be better draining. If you happen to have a really thick, heavy soil, like a clay-like soil, then plant your marjoram or your oregano in a pot.
Okay.
They grow brilliantly in containers like this or pots. They tend, like most herbs and vegetables, to prefer a slightly alkaline environment, but they can deal with a slightly acidic soil. You don't really need to worry about that. If you've got good, well-made compost and the soil's well draining, you're A.
And how often do you need to water them? Is it an everyday kind of thing or not really?
Not really. If you plant it at the right time, the best time to plant, of course you can plant year-round, but the best time to plant is just before winter. By the time spring comes around, those roots are deeply set in, the plant's healthy. Of course it needs water, and the more water you give it, the sweeter it will be, but every 3 days is good enough.
And specifically for a herb like marjoram, I mean, is it the type of herb that you need to replace often, or is it one that you would just keep on growing and produce?
Yeah, as I said, perennial. It keeps going for a long time, but obviously, if you prune regularly, it keeps the plant healthy. It keeps it to the right size. It keeps the new growth. If it gets too long and woody, you might want to replace it, but not necessary.
And what about the use of it? Firstly, how long does it take before you can actually start harvesting from plants?
If you plant it from a seedling, within a couple of weeks, you can carefully start trimming the edges. I mean, the marjoram that we've got here has been around for a couple of months, and I mean, this we can really be harvesting almost on a daily basis. I've got a little bunch here. This is
this has been dried.
This is dried, so I've harvested from there. Literally just made a bunch like that. Hang it upside down, it dries.
Nice.
Yeah, really
Is it best
delicious.
to use it dried, or can you actually use it fresh in the recipes as well?
It's a matter of preference. Most chefs prefer marjoram or oregano dry. Personally, I really like the aroma of the fresh cut marjoram. I use it almost exclusively fresh, but as I say, this has been dried at home, and it's sort of as a matter of pruning it. When I've pruned it, then that's what I dry.
But it's got an unbelievable strong smell. It's great. It smells so good.
Slightly minty.
Minty, exactly. Jazz up any recipe if you use it.
Absolutely.
But of course, we are going to be cooking. Thank you so much, Ben. We'll put all Ben's details on the website so you can grow your own herbs and get the great hints and tips there. But we will be cooking with some marjoram, some parsley. Where's the parsley as well?
Parsley at the front there.
Over
Italian
there.
parsley.
So while I snip away on some herbs, we're going to go to an ad break. We'll see you just now.